Top 5 Turtles and Frogs highlights. This is this week's topic. If you want to see the full discussion, it will be available in the link in the description below. And as always, enjoy the video.
Turtles and Frogs. Frogs and Turtles. These are the characters, so we don't want you naming specific species of frogs like the poison dart frog of the Siberian desert. We don't want you doing that. I'm gonna go on to my honorable mention. Gonna be Tiana from Princess and the Frog. All right, so what do you got, buddy?
My honorable mention is going to be one of the most legendary turtles in history.
Yeah.
This turtle is one of the most important turtles that you will ever meet. And his name is Turtles.
My number 5. His name is not Tortoise from Tortoise in His Hair. His name is Cecil. My man Cecil, who's probably one of the few characters out there that got the best of Bugs Bunny. Him and all his homies that look just like him. It's kind of racist when you think about it. Specious, when you think about it.
Number 5 is going to be King Koopa Bowser. Whatever you will name him. This is the main villain from the Mario series.
Yeah.
And admittedly, while Bowser could be evil, dude, he has his moments where he's not necessarily all that bad. No, I'm kidding. He's kind of just evil. Now, his son, on the other hand, used to be a jerk, but he's, kind of coming into his own heroic route.
Yeah.
Bowser, I chose because I kind of felt like, as a villain, Bowser is probably one of the most well-known villains in video game history, and one of the most well-known turtles.
Yeah. Round 4. I'm going to move on with my number 4. My number 4 is also from the Nintendo, from the Mario universe, specifically from Mario 64. It is Koopa the Quick. The reason he's my number 4, I actually meant to have him number 5 and Cecil number 4. Just because Cecil I've watched so many times. I watched a lot of times. But Koopa the Quick, that mission with Koopa the Quick is my all-time favorite mission to get a star, where you just race them up the fucking hill. I just enjoy it so much. What's your number 4, bud?
My number 4 is going to be Flippy Toad, the mechanic for Team Star Fox. Now, when you first look at him, Slippy is not a very impressive character, especially considering that Fox and Falco are some of the best pilots Team Star Fox has. But he did create some of the tools that they used on both the R-Wings, their main spaceships, and Landmasters, their vehicles on the ground. Such as the Reflector, which basically reflects shots back to enemies, and their main blasters.
I'll go on with my number 3, just so we can keep it rolling. I'm much older than you, Ranger Swamp, so I played this game when it originally came out. It is Frogger. I do not recognize the Frogger that we're showing right now, but I couldn't find the actual picture of the video game pixelated 8-bit Frogger that I played. The reason it is in my number 3 is just because I just felt that was one game where it was just a clever game, along with Pitfall, along with Joust. It was just this 2D scroll infuriating game where if I had a good run, I can go on for a little bit. I was never really good at it, but it was always one of those games where you had 3 lives, and when you died, and you get fucked up. But Frogger, not this Frogger, because I guess this is from the new video games that are out there.
Alright, my number 3 is Gamakichi from Naruto. So, there is also Jiraiya's Toad, Gamabunta, that I could have done, but I like Gamakichi because he was Naruto's summon, basically.
Yeah.
While he could summon Gamabunta, Gamakichi was Naruto's main summon. That was sort of like the one he always relied on. Especially as he got older, Gamakichi got bigger, and he learned how to use a sword, and now he's a lot more reliable in these situations. Because now, like, when you see Gamakichi now, he's really tiny. It's like, well, he can't really do much. Well, you know, now he's capable of it. I just think that's cool. Like, this is the one summon that Naruto kind of made his contract with, and this is the one, while he did some of the other ones, Gamakichi was always the one that had its back, and despite his protests, he still did help Naruto out in tough situations. Yeah. And I just think it's cool that they kind of grew in a way. Like, they both had their own development.
Everyone get your number 2 picks. My number 2 pick, I'm going to go ahead and say it, because I know no one's going to guess it. No one's going to recognize it, because it's from one of the most underrated animes out there. One that I really like. I thought the season 1, there's only one season. It is on Netflix. There was only one season, and I just barreled through that. I just watched episode after episode after episode because it was so good. It's from the daily life of the immortal king. He is called Loopy Toad. Now you're saying, well, why the fuck am I staring at a dog right now? I'll tell you why the fuck you're staring at a dog right now. This is actually the Toad Demon King of the Demon World. All right, what's your number 2? It's gonna match what McNugget said.
My number 2 is the elusive Greninja.
Yeah.
The frog Pokemon that is also an assassin. So, the reason why I chose Greninja is because this is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. I like the whole ninja aesthetic. I like how weird the design is, because the scarf Greninja is wearing is actually Greninja's tongue. And it's just a weird design. I like that this is a ninja Pokemon that just has sort of a goofy design. It really has that flair to it, and I really think probably one of my favorite Pokemon. Basically, this is a water type, but also a dark type.
All right, my number 1, and I still have not got an answer as to why my number 1 was picked so low for McNuggets. But my number 1 is Gamera, the number 2 kaiju out there, the space turtle himself. This dude has atomic breath. He can fucking fly. He can fight. He can beat the shit out of everyone except maybe Godzilla. I think that they have been working towards powering him up so he can be a match for Godzilla. I don't think he's quite there just yet. But my number 1 is going to be the big man himself, Gamera. One of the most awesome kaiju. And Gamera was created just because Godzilla was created. So this was an answer for another studio to say, okay, well, you got Godzilla, we're going to create Gamera, which I thought was an excellent pick. I think it's an excellent character. That's why it's my number 1. All right, Ranger Swamp, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is going to be the genius behind the thieves, Bentley from the Sly Cooper series. Bentley is known as the brains of the operation, while Sly is the one that does all the thieving, and Murray's the one that does all the muscle, and is the brawn in the group. Bentley's the one that helps make the plans, the gadgets, and all the tools that allow the thieves to pull off the majority of their heists.
Yeah.
Now, in the first game, Bentley was not on the field, as Sly was the one that mostly handled all the field work, while Bentley relayed him intelligence and helped him through on the comms. By the second time they pulled their big heist, Bentley is now more on the ground. He runs around using a trank dart gun just so he's capable of defending himself out there. However, after an unfortunate incident, Bentley would end up getting severely injured and lose the ability to walk.
Yeah.
But, being the inventor he is, Bentley made sure his wheelchair was fitted out with a lot of tools, and made sure that even if he has to, he can still go out in the field and still fight.
And that is the list. If you felt that there was any turtle or frog that you would have put on the list, please go ahead and comment down below. That is all. Hope to see you all in the next video.